So, just as if we give you an angle, you can figure out what the trig ratio is. You can also work backwards, where we tell you the trig ratio is the following. Figure out what angle you're standing on. Here they say you're standing on some angle, theta. The cosine of that angle is minus root 3 over 2. So the very first thing I see here is the cosine theta is negative something, which means we are not in this quadrant. We are not in this quadrant either. We're in one of the two quadrants where cosine is negative. And if you know what cosine means, cosine is x over r. So this is telling us we have an x of minus root 3. We have a radius of 2. So we could be talking about a triangle like this with a minus root 3 and a 2 in it. Or we could be talking about a triangle in this other quadrant, again with an x of minus root 3 and a hypotenuse of 2. So now the question is, do you recognize this triangle? Is this one of the special ones that we have memorized? And the answer, I hope, is yes. If you remember, the root 3 and the 30-degree angle always go side by side. That would mean, can't write it small enough, either that's our 30-degree angle or that is our 30-degree angle. Those are the reference angles, 30 degrees either way. Now, the question did not ask us for reference angles. We need standard angles, which means we are supposed to start over here, where 0 is. What are these two angles as in standard form? There's 90. This is, it's 150, it turns out. 150 degrees. You can think of it as go all the way around to 180, and then you get here and go, whoops, too far. I must back up 30 degrees now. 180 minus 30 gives you 150 here. The other possibility is you're down here, which would mean you come around to 180, and then you go 30 degrees more. 180 plus 30 tells you that this other triangle would be 210. And they say they'll take any answer between 0 and 360, so both of these are valid. It could be 150 or 210. No way to tell which. Now, this one's a little odd because it doesn't technically use one of our triangles. They're saying tan theta is undefined. Do you remember when that happens? Tan theta is y over x, as in rise over run, and it's undefined. How does that happen? How do you get an undefined result when you try to divide something? There's really only one way that that can happen, and it's when the divisor, as in the x, is 0. Whoever did this tried to do some number divided by 0, and that's why this thing blew up. So where are we if the x coordinate is 0? We're either due north, which would make us at 0, 1, or we're due south, over here at 0, minus 1. What angles are those? Standard angles for them would be either this one is 90 degrees, or all the way around to here is 270 degrees. And again, they've said they'll take any answers between 0 and 360, so both of these are good.